not going to be here alone. You've got Aunt Geraldine to take care of you now, remember?
But I want to be with you, Sky. It's not going to be a very nice ordeal.
Yeah, well, ordeal is the right word for it. And I want to spare you that.
Well, how did it happen? I mean, what did Gunther do to Gavin that was so terrible he had to shoot him?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they weren't exactly friends. Gunther could be a bully at times, and Gavin is emotionally immature all the time. I don't know. It was a bad combination, apparently.
So he just killed him?
Yeah. I guess I should have believed Gavin when he said he had that gun. I thought he was just trying to scare Gunther off. But apparently he meant every word. He had a gun, and he was willing to use it. And now no more Gunther.
Sweeney, are you sure that was Gavin Wiley outside the door?
Yes, sir. It was him, all right. I've seen him on my beat dozens of times. I just never thought I'd see him at the end of my gun sight.
Why did you fire at him? He wasn't armed, was he?
I wouldn't know. All I know is I ordered him to stay where he was, and he turned and ran.
Now, wait a minute. You're in the right, Sweeney. Nobody's saying you're not. You're a uniformed policeman. You ordered a suspect to haul. He ran.
Did you hit him? Was he wounded?
I aimed for his leg. I think I hit him.
Well, he couldn't have been hit too severely. He disappeared already by the time we got to the bottom of the steps. I still don't think you should have fired at him, Sweeney.
Now, wait a minute. What's wrong with you? The suspect ran. That says only one thing in my book.
Well, the guy was probably frightened by the sight of a gun.
Well, he wasn't frightened to use a gun an hour beforehand, was he?
Look, Chief, you don't know Gavin Wiley. I do. He's not a criminal type.
Well, then call it a crime of passion if that makes you feel any better. But he's our suspect, and I want him booked.
Gavin! What happened? Gavin, your leg is bleeding.
No, I was shot. Please, I gotta sit down.
Oh, my God. Gavin, I'm gonna call a doctor.
No, you can't do that. You can't make that call. I just killed a man.
A man named Gunter. You don't know him. Listen, have you got a pair of scissors?
What?
Just get them.
Gavin, what is going on?
Well, it was an accident. But from what I just heard, the police don't think so. It's crazy, though. They think I shot him from 10 feet away, and I didn't. It didn't happen that way at all.
Here.
Look, just cut him up to the knee. Do it, now!
Gavin, how did you get hurt? Did this guy shoot you?
No, it was the police. I was standing outside of the studio. I was about to turn myself in, and this cop came out and surprised me, and I just panicked and ran.
Oh my God, Gavin, you're bleeding so much. Please let me call an ambulance.
No, if you call an ambulance, it'll be like calling the cops. You might as well turn me in.
What?
Didn't you just hear me? I just killed a guy named Gunther Wagner. He was Sky's chauffeur, he was bodyguard. Look, have you got something to tie my leg with?
Yes, a tourniquet. I can do that. Door's been open. Do you think the bullet's still in there?
I don't know. Maybe not. I was able to run on it after I was shot. Maybe it's just a flesh wound. Maybe it was, maybe the bullet just nicked me. Bobbie, why do they think that? Why do they think that I shot him from 10 feet away? I didn't do it. He grabbed the gun, he tried to pull away from me, and the shot went off. I swear that's how it happened.
How did you get mixed up with somebody like that?
Oh, he attacked Jody. He tried to maul her. You see, I asked Jody to meet me at the studio, and I guess she arrived there just about the time that I came here to see you. And she was waiting for me there, and Gunter came in, and then he just went after her. He's been bothering her for weeks. Ah!
Is that why you shot him?
I didn't mean to shoot him, Bobbie.
Gavin, I've got to get you some help.
No.
Listen, I know somebody.
No doctors, Bobbie.
Listen, he's not a doctor. He's involved in pharmaceuticals, but he was a corpsman in the army. It's like a paramedic.
Listen, I've got to think. I've got to call Jody. I've got to tell her I'm all right.
Listen to me. I'm going to call this guy, okay? He can help your leg. He can give you something for the pain.
No doctors.
He's not a doctor. I promise. No doctors. Gavin, I've got to do something to help you.
No, not really. Just keeping it nice and cool, though.
Miles, you know, you should really be in the hospital.
No, thank you. I spend too much time there as it is.
I wish you would take this seriously.
I am taking it seriously. I'm trying very hard to figure out who did this to me.
Well, it was obviously someone who didn't like you helping Gunther, somebody who wanted him dead.
Well, it wasn't Gavin. I mean, Gavin did try to help Gunther after he shot him. That's why he called.
Well, the truth is, Jody, Gavin didn't call for medical help. He called you.
Well, he would have called, only I told him that you were with me and that you would go see about Gunther.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have. Actually, I've got myself to blame for this. I should have called an ambulance at the restaurant.
But you didn't know how bad it
I
was.
also didn't know Gavin's phone was ripped out of the wall.
And that somebody was going to knock you over the head.
Why doesn't Gavin call? Why doesn't he tell us what's happening?
Just be patient. I'm sure he's very busy now down at the police station, telling his story. Oh, there's the kettle. I'll get you some tea.
No, let me get it. I need something to do.
Miles, what were you thinking about when you were talking about what happened at the studio?
I wasn't thinking about anything. Can't think when my head hurts.
Do you think that it's even possible that Gavin went back there and he's the one who did this to you?
I just don't know, Nicole. But whoever did this to me made sure of one thing. They made sure that the job was finished. That Gunther Wagner wouldn't live.
Oh, maybe that's Gavin.
Hello, Mrs. Kavanaugh.
Oh, Mr. Tyler.
May I speak to your sister, please?
No, I didn't know Gunther was coming to the studio. I was supposed to meet Gavin there.
How did Gunther get in?
But he stayed anyway.
Maybe he didn't believe you.
No, well, thinking back on it, I really think that Gunther wanted Gavin to find him there.
You think Gunther was looking for a fight?
Yes, I do.
Had he been drinking?
I don't know, but from the way he behaved, I mean, he wasn't normal. He was sort of crazy.
Out of control?
No, he wasn't. That was what was so frightening about him. He seemed so much in control. Didn't you hear what I said? I said Gavin is going to be here any second. And if he finds you here, there's just going to be trouble.
Well, I like trouble, honey. Don't you know the word trouble and fun mean the same thing to me? Now, about that material...
Get away from me!
Well, you're still as friendly as ever, aren't you, Miss Travis? Oh, I know what it is. You don't want to be interrupted, that's it, isn't it? You're afraid someone's going to come walking in here and interrupt our little fun. Or should I say, trouble? Now, that should take care of the interruptions. Now let's take care of the fun.
Don't do this, Gunther. Just keep away from me. You'll be sorry. I'll tell you.
You're going to be glad, honey. Now, what do you think of this?
Get away from me.
Well.
I mean it. Stay there. Don't you come one step closer.
Now, you're just starting to make this interesting, honey.
I held him off with the cane. I don't know for how long. I suppose it couldn't have been more than 5 or 10 minutes.
Well, sounds to me like he just was waiting for trouble, that this attack on Jody maybe was an excuse to tangle with Gavin.
Well, I've met a lot of these guys who seem to get pleasure out of provoking a fight.
Mr. Tyler, don't you see what happened next? Gavin didn't go to the studio to hurt Gunter, not deliberately. He was just defending himself when he shot him.
Yes, it does sound like that. Don't you think so?
Well, I haven't drawn any conclusions yet, Mrs.
Damian, I have told you about Gunther's assaults on Jody. You yourself went to him to warn him about them. You know the kind of thug we're talking about here.
We're talking about a dead man, Miles. Miss Travis, I'd like you to answer just one question. When you spoke to Gavin Wiley on the telephone, did he tell you he had killed Gunter Wagner?
No. He just said that he shot him.
Then he's not denying it. He did fire the gun.
Yes, he fired it. He fired it because he was forced to.
Because he thought Gunter was going to attack him.
Gunter did attack him. Gavin told me that on the phone. He told me Gunter tried to get the gun away from him.
Now, wait a minute. What I'm trying to say is, why did Gavin use a gun in the first place? What was he afraid of? Gunter wasn't even armed.
He's still a dangerous man, Damian.
Mr. Tyler, wouldn't it be considered an accidental shooting when someone else pulls the trigger, causing their own injury?
Now, that does happen occasionally, but not as often as people would like us to think. It's more often just a common alibi.
Alibi? What are you saying, that Gavin is lying?
Look, Jody, I'm not saying anything like that. I haven't gotten a statement from Gavin. Not directly.
Well, what do you mean? Isn't he down at the studio?
Or at the police station?
Well, frankly, we don't know where he is.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Last time we heard from him, he was on his way to talk to the police.
Look, I don't like to have to say this, but, Gavin ran away from us at the dance studio, and a shot was fired.
Oh, my God, he wasn't...
No, well, we think he might have been wounded in the leg. We're not certain yet. Well, he's still a fugitive.
Yes?
Reagan, may I come in?
Oh, yes, please. I was just going to go to your bedroom, but I thought you might be asleep.
No, I couldn't sleep, unfortunately. There's altogether too much activity in this house. I heard a car pull out of the driveway. I assumed it was Schuyler's.
Yes, it was. He just went to the scene of a murder.
What?
Isn't it incredible? 2 killings in 2 weeks. First this burglar, and now Gunther.
Gunther?
It's unbelievable. He was shot and killed. We don't know why.
But, Raven, you should have told me. You shouldn't be alone now.
Well, I didn't want to go wake you up. You were so tired. And I wanted to go with Sky, but he wouldn't let me.
Where did he go?
He went to the dance studio. That's where it happened. He was shot and killed by the owner of the dance studio, Gavin Wiley.
Gavin Wiley?
I know. It's incredible. No one would expect Gavin Wiley to be a murderer, but he shot and killed Gunther.
Raven, this is dreadful. But what happened? How? Why? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. The two despised each other. That's what Sky said. So Gavin shot and killed him.
Now listen to me, my dear. Take my advice. Try and get some sleep. Perhaps in the morning things won't be as gloomy as they seem now.
Okay. I better hang up Sky's tux. He's about as good at that as I am.
Well, that's a change. If there's one thing I remember about Schuyler as a child, it was that he was terribly fastidious. Everything had to be in place.
He's changed. What's this? It's the watch I gave him. Can't believe he just lets it hang loose in his pocket. Schuyler is getting awfully careless.
Now, look, Chief, I'm not trying to take sides. I'm not trying to say that Gunther was right and Gavin was wrong. I mean, Gunther could be crude at times. But I can tell you one thing for sure. His interest in Jody Travis was more good-humored than passionate.
I don't see anything good-humored about attempted rape. Or passionate, for that matter. Rape is a crime of violence, not passion.
Well, I'm not trying to excuse Gunther. I'm just trying to explain him a bit. I mean, what he did with Jody Travis was more teasing than anything else. There was no serious intent there. And, of course, the madder Gavin got, the more Gunther teased. He was that sort of a man.
A man after my own heart.
And apparently, Jody misunderstood Gunther as well, and she made Gavin feel that he had to protect her honor. Unfortunately, Gavin got carried away.
You sound like you're feeling sorry for Gunther.
Well, I was fond of the man, Chief. He did work for me for 3 years. I knew he had faults. I also knew his virtues.
Oh? I'd like to hear of one.
Well, Chief, when you've got money, you find out that a lot of people in this world are leeches. Gunther wasn't one of those people. He was loyal, very loyal. He was an old-fashioned, dedicated servant of the old school. You don't find very many of those these days.
Well, maybe they're not as well paid as Gunther was.
Well, actually, I blame myself. I should have taken Gavin's threat more seriously.
Wait a minute, what did you say? Gavin's threat?
Well, didn't you know? Gavin came to the house the other night.
But to see you?
No. I was upstairs sleeping. Apparently heard another one of these stories about these so-called insults to Jody, and I came downstairs just in time to hear Gavin say that he had bought a gun, that he was keeping it here in the studio, and that he intended to use it.
Wait a minute, are you sure those were his exact words, that he intended to use it?
Yes, I believe those were just his words. Of course, I didn't believe him. I didn't believe he had the gun. I didn't believe he'd use it, but evidently I was wrong.
It's a very serious statement, Mr. Whitney. I hope you realize that. That implies that this is the result of premeditation.
Well, no, I don't believe that. I mean, I don't believe that Gavin planned to kill Gunther tonight, but maybe he just seized the opportunity when he had it.
That's about the best I can do, Bobbie. Your friend here was real lucky. Bullet must have just bounced off the bones. You got strong bones, kid.
Yeah, well, I broke this leg once. They say broken bones mend stronger.
Yeah, well, just the same, I don't think you'll be doing too much discoing in the next couple of weeks.
Doc, what about the pain? Can you give him something?
Hey, Bobbie, I'm the prince of prescriptions, only if you want some pills, that'll be extra.
How much? I told you, I've only got 50.
Well, maybe the kid's got some money.
Yeah, I have 25 on me, I think.
I'll take it. He's only got 20. It's enough.
Well, I guess that'll have to do. Give him one of these every 3 hours. That ought to do it.
Here you go.
Hey, what about that 50? Hey, Bobbie. It's been real nice seeing you. How's my old friend Sharky?
Doing life, I hope.
Looks like you're keeping the same kind of company.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. You don't know how wrong you are.
I made a mistake. I shouldn't have run. It makes me look even more guilty. I can't make any more mistakes. I gotta call him and turn myself in.
Gavin, you can't. Listen, Gavin, people go to jail for a whole lot less than what you did.
I gotta go, Bobbie.
Gavin, you're too weak. You can't just walk into their arms. You don't know what prison is like. You can't imagine what it's like. Gavin, think it over. Wait till morning. Wait till you're feeling better. You can deal with it then.
Well, by morning they'll be sure I'm a murderer. I gotta call.
Gavin,
Get
Gavin,
the phone.
you can't. Gavin, please. We'll make the call. I promise. We'll make it together.